what it is. Every revolution or every political movement or any kind of change, and having someone, okay, CIA, which is fucking for you to call me CIA when you know I'm not.
Everything was politicized. It was, oh, this is when we became the left versus the right. But both sides are trash. In COVID,
his own thing. So it seems to be that money's the issue, that like we're using money and that's how politics is being pushed. Because now we've seen what someone does when they use their own money and it doesn't seem to be a solution. So I feel like we take money out of politics, we'll have a much better political system.
Politician, you think they're gonna come out and tell me the truth? They was lying to my mama. They ain't gonna never tell us.
So everybody, we look at certain things just because, oh, this happens in the hood or we see this every day. All the way up. These people were speaking truth. King, we could talk X, we could talk it all. They were speaking truth.
What's going on in anyone's mind, but let's take it as a given that Gray's argument is true, that the argument to not have ID is that it would be discriminatory versus certain socioeconomic brackets or something. It's like
the world's greatest trial run of what people will do and what people won't do. And we are the only country on the planet that really fought against the government.
Bruh,
a lot of it.
Usually focus on 80-20 issues. I'm looking at the Epstein issue as we have 80% of the information we need to prosecute these people that actually did anything, but you're focusing on the 20% trying to take down Donald Trump, which you're never going to get. So I'm going to keep sitting here with a smug-ass face on every single day.
I'll explain. Good question. I'll give you the answer. The Republican Party constantly talks about transgenders and transgender surgery to minors.
I'm mostly on the left, ideologically, but I don't associate with the Democrats because they're not ideologically on the left. The Democrats are clowns, and they're also losers.
About to be any engaging conversation. It's not about to be any discourse about different political ideologies, what works and what doesn't. If that is the outcome, right? For example, I'm not going to go and just put myself in the middle of a KKK rally.
Verify me. I'm not a fucking Fed. They always do this. I'll say this, right? But they did the same thing to Nick. We've seen the video. They'll call people who are genuine and authentic Feds. Because
the interesting thing to me is that the ones that claim that they believe the Constitution are now trampling the Constitution. The ones that said they believed in the First Amendment, the freedom of speech, right, are now going against the freedom of speech. The ones that
So to see and hear this strong, compelling speech with emotion, I think that's extremely important for young men to see from a leadership perspective.
Y'all have no plan. They'll never talk about nothing positive about the Democrat Party. Everything is just anti-Trump. They're not willing to have a conversation. They call us fascists. We willing to have a conversation. Charlie Kirk's willing to have a conversation.
Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on this panel show are those of the individual speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of this channel, its affiliates, sponsors, or production team. This content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. We encourage respectful dialogue and critical thinking around the topics discussed.
Described him as one of the most dangerous men on the face of the earth.
Welcome to the Man Cave.
Welcome to the Man Cave. I'm Nora Christine, and I'm holding it down for Gray Mars.
My name is Ken Billions. What's goody?
85 Slim.
It's Mia here.
I'm Doc.
In heaven.
And guys, we changed the intro. Let me put the intro meaning to bed once and for all. There were some complaints from internally, and I'm going to address it tonight. Now, people, the theme this year is who's a Fed? What's a Fed? None of us are Feds. Let's put that out here. But we have a mission to save America. And every time we vote, you are using your right to save America. So everybody here are superheroes. We did the superhero last season. Now we're in our spy because we're undercover trying to change and fix America. If anyone has questions, please hit me up. Let me know in the comments and I can answer them. But we are not Feds. Let me make that clear. We are here to save America. So we're going to talk about how America is being saved. Last night we voted, which is our constitutional right. Many countries don't have free and fair elections, but I think democracy spoke last night. No matter how you feel about the election, people elected, and it was definitely the beginning of a blue wave. Ken, I'm going to let you start. What do you think about the results from the election last night?
I love it. I love disruption. It's the same disruption when Trump got elected. It was like a shot to the establishment. Mamdani is a shot to the establishment. But what the interesting thing is to see people come out and like defend billionaires though, right? Like anybody that's trying to help the poor, free buses, let's figure it out. We got money for other bullshit. So if we can give poor people just a breather and something, you don't got to pay for a bus, dog. We can figure that out. But I'm with the dismantling of any kind of systems and establishments. They don't work. Let's try something new. Hopefully he doesn't get bought out, and hopefully he can he can finish and ride this thing out with integrity. But the people are spoken. I think you see a shift in the country.
And I said that to someone. I said democracy is working, whether you like the results or not. I am happy to see that democracy works last night, whether I agreed with why they voted or not. But let's play this clip of Mamdani. He said some pretty strong things last night.
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up. We will hold bad landlords to account because the Donald Trumps of our city have grown far too comfortable taking advantage of their tenants.
Slim, I'm going to let you go next, as you are probably the most MAGA person on the panel tonight. What do you think about your city of New York and who they voted for? What's your reaction to the results?
The hell with my city.
Of course.
At the end of the day, I don't believe nothing the Democrats tell you, and that's just the history of the Democrats. That's a clout chasing move. The Donald Trumps of the city, like that's all clout chasing. That's all manipulation at its finest. At the end of the day, we will see. The only politician that I know of that did exactly what he was going to say is Donald Trump. So at the end of the day, we will see. It's all smoke and mirrors until the results.
Oh, I see y'all in the chat. We don't want you escaping to Florida. Please don't come here. Florida is full. Let's see this clip. Van Jones is touring. He said he said there's buyer's remorse. Let's see what he's talking about.
Buyer's remorse from independents. Independents gave Donald Trump a shot. Buyer's remorse. The Latin community gave him a shot. You see buyer's remorse. Black men gave Trump a shot. They've come back home. Buyer's remorse. Why? Because people are sick of the status quo. That's why they voted for Trump the first time. That's why they voted him out the second time. That's why they voted him back in. People want change. And Donald Trump said he was going to do something about grocery prices. He's done everything, but he's putting in gold toilets in the White House. He's tearing up. He's gallivanting around the world. And you're seeing buyer's remorse in places where Republicans have some hope. This thing is starting to settle out now. This is about basic needs that people have and basic rights people expect. That's what seems to be under fire from this administration. And if they think they can spin and talk and spin and talk and nobody's going to notice that, they just got proven wrong tonight.
Mia, do you have buyer's remorse?
No. I definitely don't have buyer's remorse, but I will say that I don't think Zohran Mamdani is really going to do anything, to be honest. Kathy Hochul already said they're not raising taxes in the Capitol for New York. And he already took meetings with the billionaire class already because they knew he was going to win probably a few months in advance. He's already been meeting with the billionaires. So, I mean, people elected him for this change that probably isn't going to happen because the mathematical equation is 50% of all the personal income tax paid in New York City is paid by the 1%. I repeat, 50% of the personal income tax in New York City is paid by one group of people, which means if you make that one group of people angry and they move out, all those promises and all those taxes have to come from somewhere. So now it's going to come from everybody else. So, I mean, I don't think Mamdani is going to make a lot of waves because physically and fiscally he can't, because if he upsets the status quo too much and they decide to leave, because these are the people that can afford to leave. You know, these are the people that can afford to move out of the county. They can go to Connecticut and just ferry in if they want. So I think he's going to be a lot more disappointing than people think.
Yeah. Well, this is one group that supported him, which surprised everyone. I'm going to let Heaven react to this one. Let's watch this clip. This is Sneeko talking to the group that supports him.
Yeah, Sneeko, yes. How you doing, man? Shalom. How are you, Rabbi?
Good.
Good to see you. What do you think about the results of the election?
I think the hate that we witness is unbelievable.
Yes.
It's a tap on the genocide of 2 years. We witness this hate towards our pro-Palestine mayor now is unbelievable.
Yes.
So we are here to say that the whole propaganda of Zionism is now in danger.
It is.
They told the Jews will be in danger.
Right.
We will run. We see Jews running out from the city.
Right.
This is totally wrong. Because the Zionist propaganda is in danger because they want Jews to think
they're panicking right now.
They have a
the Zionists are panicking.
Yeah, they think when we have a Muslim mayor, we'll be in danger.
Right.
So when the world will see Jews living in peace with a Muslim mayor, the same like we lived prior to the movement of Zionism,
exactly.
then the whole world will see that the Zionist movement is
needs
the problem.
to be destroyed.
Is the problem.
It is the problem. You see, Trump posted today on Truth Social, any Jewish person that votes for Zohran Mamdani, a proven and professed Jew hater, is a stupid person. What do you think about Trump saying that?
I'm as a Jew, I need to speak with respect to the president, but he needs to realize that this propaganda, we need to get rid of this propaganda. It's 77 years of occupation, of bloodshed. This has to be stopped. We had a beautiful peace prior to the movement of Zionism. Because I'm loving Jews, I'm here to say that all this hatred, all this against Mamdani is totally false. Because I'm loving Jewish people. Because I'm loving Jewish people, I'm here to say from the river to the sea, Palestine should be free.
Absolutely, man. Thanks a lot.
So Heaven, they say he's a hater for those people, but then you saw the videos when you watched the night I posted a couple weeks ago. There were Jewish people from Mamdani, a lot of Jewish people. They weren't necessarily rabbis. They were regular, everyday Jewish New Yorkers supporting him. So which is it? Is he going to propagate Zionism, or do you think he's going to stand true? And, you know, is he a threat to Jewish people in the area? What do you think? Is he playing both sides, basically?
I think that majority of true Jewish people who are not Zionist Jews are done watching this genocide, and we have been protesting it for 2 years, over 2 years now. Jewish Voices for Peace is probably among those groups that voted for Zohran Mamdani. It's not that hard to say. Mamdani. There's a whole TikTok song about it. Mamdani. It's easy. There's so many other names that we can say. Mamdani is not that difficult. Let's not act like it is, okay? It's really not. I don't think that he's going to like Sharia law New York like they're trying to say. They're making it, it's Zionist propaganda. He was exactly right. And that's what this whole entire thing has been about, is continuing to keep Christian Zionists and Zionists, even Jewish Zionists, from seeing, in America anyways, seeing and losing that support for Israel and the genocide.
Oof. Well,
Holocaust, by definition. Hold on, let me rephrase, because Holocaust, I don't know how many burning bodies I've seen, but by definition, that's a Holocaust. Google it. Actually, pull out a dictionary, like the actual hard copy dictionary. Look through it.
Fair enough. I mean, my biggest issue with Mamdani is he plays both sides. And I do believe he's going to do none of the things he says. So y'all can calm your asses down. I don't think he's going to do anything he says. That's my issue with him. I think he's all fluff and no work. We'll see. But let's see what
I don't think he can. I don't think he'll be able to. There's a lot of things that he's promising that I do not think he'll be able to accomplish. I think there'll be a lot of pushback and there'll be a lot of roadblocks, because that's just typical. That's what they do. It doesn't matter either way, whether it's a Republican or a Democrat or a Democratic socialist. They're still on the same wings. There's two birds. I mean, there's two wings to one bird. It's one fascist bird. Either way, our money is getting funneled to Israel to pay for Israeli healthcare and Israelis to have free education. And
yeah, but he has
mothers
nothing
to get free
he's
food.
not going to
Like,
be able to affect that as the mayor of New York. He
no,
has
of course not. That's why I'm like, why are we so worried about the mayor of New York? Why is it such a big deal? It's a mayoral race. Why is it like?
Well, I think the big deal is this is the biggest country in America. This is like the largest city in America, number one. Number two, if he's able to successfully do these socialist things, then the Republicans should be scared. Do you get what I'm saying? He's going to upset the establishment, but he ain't going to do it. He's a millionaire. But anyways, let me play this clip and I'm going to get Doc in there. This is another millionaire PPD, what he had to say about who's moving to New York City.
Now that Mamdani won New York City mayoral race, here's a question I got for you. Who do you think is moving to New York City? Who's actually moving? Not forget about the people that are moving out. 756,000 families are definitely thinking about moving out of New York City. No. Who's moving to New York City? You may say nobody. You're wrong. A lot of people will. But you know what type of people? Let's go through it together. You think job creators are moving to New York City? Probably not. You think investors are moving to New York City? Probably not. You think families who want safety for their kids and the criminals to be kept into prison are going to be going to New York City? No. You think people that are pro Second Amendment, safety, low taxes are going to be moving to New York City? No. But who will be moving to New York City? If you're a criminal, it's a great time to move to New York City. Think about it. He wants to let people out of prison. Guess what? I'm not telling you to move there, but it's a great policy. If you're somebody that doesn't want to work at all and you just want entitlement programs, this is a massive opportunity to move to New York City. Massive opportunity to move to New York City. If you're an illegal immigrant, are you kidding me? Like, this is heaven for you. He will protect you. Move to New York City. He will protect you. He's for you. So I think New York City is about to have a net migration increase, not decrease. Everyone's thinking they're going to lose people. They're not going to lose people. It's about to increase. Let me tell you what type of people are going to move there. All of those people we just talked about. FYI, I'm Armenian and Assyrian. You know when Armenians left Iran or Lebanon or Armenia, where they moved to? Glendale. And we all moved because we felt safer there. You know what type of people are going to move to New York City? People who are democratic socialists, people who are Muslims, I would feel safe there if he's the mayor. And people who are wanting entitlement programs. This guy's been raised by rich.
He's a millionaire. This is PPD. He charges, what is it, like $2,000-$3,000 an hour? Talk to him for 15 minutes. Doc, what do you think about that video? Do you think a lot of these people that he talks about will move to New York? What do you think?
I think he's an idiot and he's lost touch. I think he has no clue about the demographic of the people who live in New York City. All those people live there. Like the criminals, the immigrants, all those people live in New York City. All those people he's naming. New York City is the biggest melting pot in this country. All of those people live in New York City. There ain't a whole lot of space for no new ones to come and move and set up shop. And New Yorkers are like some of the most proud like people. Like if you think that the mayor changing will get New Yorkers to leave and move, they love New York. Slim got on a New York hat right now and he live in Florida. Look at Slim love New York. He can't even fight it when he want to fight it. He said his city is under destruction and he got the New York hat on.
That's because Slim's loyal. That's why. Slim
get
loyal.
on here every week. Slim got a New York hat in every color, every shape, every design. Because Slim New York to the soil.
Man, he got the G-Unit tank top on. He got the G-Unit tank top on.
Man. New Yorkers don't care. New York, all those people live in New York. He's thinking all of these people are leaving and stuff. They're going to do what New Yorkers do. They're going to be loud, curse, and be upset. And they're going to keep moving on and keep doing the same hustles they was doing and keep getting their same bags the same way they was getting it. He's out of touch. He thinks it's going to be this big influx and migration. He sounds crazy. New Yorkers ain't going nowhere. You think somebody who lives in Bed-Stuy, his daddy live in Bed-Stuy, own his brownstone in Bed-Stuy, is leaving so you could come and get his brownstone? Never.
Well, there's a waiting list now, supposedly, of people wanting to move here to Florida. Like that's allegedly the realtors in certain areas, especially the higher end in Boca and places like that. They are excited about the people that are coming here, and they're already getting phone calls to come here.
But what is that like? Like less than 1% of people who can afford to move to Boca?
Well, that's the top 1% in New York, though.
They're not.
Who pays the taxes?
You think they're gonna sell their house? Who they gonna sell? Who they gonna sell?
They're
their
just
house
making
to?
so much money off our backs right now that they're getting a second place in Boca Raton.
Yeah, because real estate is so high.
Because they are screwing us every which way. They're getting all these tax cuts and everything. Like what?
Who would they sell the property to if they're leaving?
And also the problem is all the focus is on Mamdani, but not the fact that the people voted for him. Listen to the people. What do the people want? Right? We hear all these conversations from the establishment. The people spoke, similar to when Trump won the election, and the Democrats could not understand why Trump won. The Democrats was not focused on what the people were saying. Now, look, the pendulum always swings. Conservatives are not focused on what the people are saying. It's not about him. It's about what the people are saying.
And I find it crazy that conservatives are complaining because they're voicing the same complaints that they just complained about liberals making the beginning of the year about Trump. They have the same story now. They're complaining about a candidate the same way that people complain about their candidate.
But who was the Republican running in the race?
I mean, Trump.
Silva. Hold on, he asked a question. Silva and Cuomo. Cuomo was independent. Silva was the Republican.
Cuomo was Democrat. What was the other guy name?
Silva, the guy with the little beret.
Yeah, Curtis.
Okay. Yeah.
The dude that was shot by the mafia people, right? That dude. That's all I know about him. Is that he's like 50 Cent. He said like 9 bullets.
See,
that's who y'all put out there, Slim.
Right
y'all
there.
put out
don't
that.
even know.
And I'm a real New Yorker. I got shot, kid. I got shot.
He is. I trust him. If he told me that if he told me there was a good place to eat around the corner 2 blocks, I believe him. I would go. I'd be like, I believe him. Because he is a real New Yorker. Out of everybody on that stage, he was like the only actual legitimate New Yorker. I mean, if you looked at the three people, obviously Zohran was going to win. He was the only one that could articulate a complete sentence and have it actually work. He was going to win anyways, regardless. But Curtis should be an honorable mention. He should be like the master of attractions or something. I don't know. I love that man. I think he's fantastic. He's just so New York and he's so hilarious to listen to speak.
That's my point. Running against Cuomo, you really can't lose.
But if you look at the clips of the other guys, they spent most of their time attacking him and less of what they would do for the people of New York. Most of their points were what he would do or what they don't like he would do, or they didn't have any like substantial change that they were going to put in place. They just didn't agree with him.
The Democrats lost the election. I mean, besides the fact that it was rigged, they still had a terrible campaign. But
a lot of conservatives have been speaking out. I'm about to play this guy. He's one of the biggest ones. And he says the reason why he thinks that Republicans lost last night is because of racism and discrimination on the right. Let's play.
Lost Virginia, New Jersey, and Zohran Mamdani is the new mayor of New York City. Republicans, white boy summer is over and a cold winter is here. And the reason that I'm saying this is this. Now, there's been this concentrated effort over the past 10 months that I have seen where a lot of people in the Republican Party and in the conversation on X and all of this stuff have kind of tried to retcon Trump's and the Republicans' win. And they've kind of tried to ignore and erase that new coalition that brought Trump into power. These blacks, these gays, these Jews, these Asians, these Latinos, all of these non-traditional conservatives that came in. I think that they've been allowed to kind of like operate under the delusion that this was like white men saved Western civilization and we showed up and we did it and now we're going to run DC and it doesn't matter what anybody else says because if you're black in DC, if you're a black Republican, then you're DEI. We don't need you. We don't need all these gays. In fact, the gays that are working in DC don't even show up to an event that's for you, okay? Because you should feel lucky that you're in the administration. Like, we have seen all of this stuff over the past 10 months, and it just does not jibe with the reality of the situation. Because the reality is this. If this straight white Christian man stuff that's going on X, if that was really the leadership of the Republican Party, and that was really who was coming out to save the party, then they would have showed up in New Jersey to vote. They would have showed up in Virginia to vote. They would have showed up in New York to vote for Curtis Sliwa. But they did not do that. And so that leads me to believe that all of that stuff is just a fantasy that lives on X that generally doesn't have a basis in reality.
Oh God, he drives me nuts. Ken, what do you think?
Well,
he was dropping some jewels. I'm not
He
saying
was dropping jewels, but if I'm not mistaken, didn't he pull up to an event and he was met with some hostility? That's why he's saying what he's saying, right? Hands and feet was put on him. You know what I'm saying? So again, the people have spoken, and one of the things about conservatism is fear, right? People fear change. You know what I'm saying? It's not, when I hear people talk about conservative principles and ideals, a lot of it is about fear. A lot of it is about, I want this to stay the same. Why? Because I don't want you over here. And because if things change, what happens to me? Right? So that's what we're seeing. We are seeing the landscape of America change, and it's fear. It has nothing to do with nothing righteous. It's people's fear. But he's saying that because hands and feet was put on him when he went to an event. He knows firsthand about what he's talking about.
True. Hey, Slim, so what do you think about that clip as the one really strong Republican on the panel? Do you agree with what he said?
I mean, he was dropping some knowledge, but again, anytime they take it to the race thing, I can't indulge with race, man. I can't. I will never, ever indulge with the race thing. I don't believe in that. Period.
Oof. Slim said he don't believe in it.
You don't believe in the race thing, and I don't want to get on too tough on that because I don't think that's completely what it is. But you don't think Republicans have alienated like the group of people that they allow in?
No.
As a majority, you don't think so?
No.
I agree with Slim. I think it's the far right that you're thinking of, and the far right do not identify as Republicans at this point. Nick Fuentes does not identify himself as a Republican. I understand the lady that we played last night, Lily Gaddis, she does not identify as a Republican. She's very far right. It's a fringe right.
But then you get the people who do the same thing Slim does. When Slim hears somebody he don't agree with them, or they Democrat. So they're gonna do the same thing to you guys. As soon as you hear somebody and they say something, they're gonna be like, they're Republican.
Like that's my new shit. I'm gonna just keep it real with you. Everything dumb is Democrat to me. I don't even say stupid anymore. I just say Democrat. Like that's what's good.
I mean, Democrats do dumb shit.
Well, oh God, guys, we could belabor this, but let's get to the fun stuff. We're gonna talk about Blueface. Blueface got out of jail. You know, Heaven. It's like you
this
hate
chat,
right.
Right? Are you like shout out the chat? The chat is amazing, guys.
Yeah, the chat is amazing. Blueface got released from jail. I know this is Mia's like topic, so I'm gonna let Mia react first. And I don't know if you guys know, but Blueface has a baby with a disability. It's very obvious. He just got out of jail, and he has.
Hold on. Allegedly, so we don't get sued. Allegedly, with a disability.
I'm gonna let you look at the baby. And y'all make up y'all mind. This is him hanging out with his baby mama, Christian Rock, who openly admitted to drinking, doing drugs while she was pregnant with the baby. Here we go.
Get to know the win, you know nothing about it. How you fuck how much I spend, like my family smiling.
That poor baby.
Yeah.
Why does the baby have no clothes on?
Because his mother is a bad mother.
How old is that baby?
Over 2 years old.
7 years old.
Do it one more time.
That baby 10 years old.
That's the mother in the back, guys. If you don't know, that's Christian Rock. Mia, what did she brag about? The drugs and the drinking?
It sound like a grown man.
So Christian Rock was from Baddies. Before that, she used to run track, and she used to be a reasonably decent person. But up in New England, we call it wet brain. So when you drink too much alcohol, you literally become like a mild form of mental retardation, for lack of a better term. It's called wet brain. We see it all the time in the ER. Just people who drink too much, and if it doesn't affect your liver, it affects your brain, and it's literally wet brain. And that's what she has. She can't put two words together. And unfortunately, she is on many, many videos and live streams visibly pregnant, admitting she's pregnant, talking about having an abortion after she goes out and parties. She's on strip club. She went to strip clubs. She was drinking. Literally, we're watching her take shots while like 7 or 8 months pregnant. She was wild when she was pregnant.
And this is the baby.
And this is the baby.
Yeah, I don't think.
And he's how old exactly? Not 10. No, for real.
Exactly 2. No, 2. 2 and
because I'm looking at like, can he hold his body up properly?
No.
There's
no.
another video
he's not. Doesn't have the ability to hold his own head up. His body. His muscular, like his muscle tone is very weak looking. Yeah. Like does he not run around, and why doesn't he have clothes on?
He doesn't.
Like as a mother, like these are the things that I'm looking at. That I'm.
We've actually.
That baby don't even.
He's
look
not
like
getting enough protein. Clearly.
Now, question though, Slim, are you pro-life?
Oh yeah.
Should she have gave birth?
I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
I'm just saying though, she was unfit before she was even pregnant though. She was unfit for a child. So should a person like this give birth though?
Why not?
Okay, so now you have a child that right now at 2 years old can't even hold her head up because her stomach was skid row, right? So should a person like this bring a human being in the world for what again?
They
Why?
They take care of that child. They got the finances to do so. They brought the baby.
But they're not though.
They're not though.
No, they're
They're
not.
not, though.
That baby is naked.
I want to play another video. Wait, 1 second, guys. I just want to show this to you. This is him in the pack and play because Heaven, you asked that. And I want to show it real quick.
Sonny, you standing up all by yourself now. It's another fatherless child. Can't act right cause they left him fatherless. No hood harder than fatherhood. Who gon' teach your son to go farther than father did? All these kids raising all these kids. Push to start up my starter kit. Another fatherless child, influenced by the crowd. I'm a victim of the system, but I'm a suspect to the victim. I'm in church with a loaded weapon. I can't even trust the reverend. I'm praying with my eyes open, hoping
I can tell you, I have a 3-year-old son. He should be like able to stand up very easily. It's upsetting.
Give him time, man. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay. It's a good chance.
A lot more than that.
You gotta have,
walking.
you gotta have faith, man.
It's a good chance Blueface go back to jail or smoke. He's an active gangbanger. He got gang tattoos while he was in jail. Hold on.
To do with that child.
Slim, let me say this though. He has the tattoos that he got in jail means he's active, right? Those are active tattoos. He's putting in work, right? So it is a high probability that he either goes back to jail or he gets smoked, right? And then her, who she is. And what I'm asking you, you're pro-life to that, even if the probability of that child living a great life is low as hell?
Bro, you don't know what's gonna happen with that child's future. That's not even fair.
I said the probability.
What is that child enduring right now? That's my question. Forget about the future.
You guys are predicting
Forget about the
something
future.
you have no knowledge of. You don't know what that child's going to be in 10 years.
Oh, so now we throw statistics
out.
out.
Going to be in 20 years. You don't know how he's going to recover.
Okay.
Can I say something real quick? So I will say, obviously, we are not magicians. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. The problem. This is the worst case scenario because the parents have the means to get him everything that he needs: occupational therapy, speech therapy, PT. They're just actively choosing not to. However, I say that to say that generally speaking, honestly, I feel like CPS is going to take the baby. Her family or his family, especially his mother, who's very active, is going to take possession. So there could be potentially a light at the end of the tunnel for this child. All they need is a secondary adult to go to court and take possession of the child, which hopefully will happen.
Mia, to the point of the grandmother, she made a video. I don't have it. We'll play it another time. But the grandmother's bragging that there is a DNA test that Blueface took. We will have the results. I do think Mia's right. I think the grandmother's going to fight to take custody of the baby. But is the baby really good with her? I mean, look how. Shut up.
I will say, obviously, to be honest, if this was a perfect world, which is not, but if it was, to be honest, I want Jade and Alexis to fight and take that baby. Her and Blueface's 2 kids together are fantastic. They're doing so well. Her house is always clean. They're always in school. These children are always presentable. She hardly ever has them out and about all the time. I mean, to be honest, she's the better baby mama. she can raise this baby perfectly fine.
As a mother of 2 kids, as a single mother of 2 kids, I would not wish that on her. A baby with special needs like that is a lot of work. I think Blueface and Krishan need to go make it work and go be mother and father to that baby. Nobody else. That's just my opinion, because they was all hugged up, kissing, talking about having, in the clip. And I'm going to play the lady who Mia's talking about because I actually have that clip. This is her.
2 things for certain. You bitches go on live talking about, and if you talk about my son and anybody that talk about my son and this is what happens to them and da 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 da. No, and if any bitch play about my kids or disrespect my kids or disrespect me about my kids, we gonna see how far I'm willing to take it. I'm not no buster bitch about my kids, okay? I don't let anybody just play with them. I don't let anybody just be around my kid. I don't let anybody. It ain't like that over here, okay? What? Play that over.
The pick-me. She's saying this in front of the pick-me.
Bowling.
I think she's still the better baby mama. No hate, no shade.
I didn't know if that was his baby
mama.
I mean, that child had clothes on and her hair was clearly done. She was clearly well taken care of. I mean,
well fed. She looked happy.
Presentable.
Yo, and the reality of this shit is, you can do everything right and still have a child that comes out defective.
But we talking about them though. They did everything wrong.
At the end of the day, there's nobody on this panel. If we did everything right, and if you was in love with your spouse, whatever you was dealing with, and you had a child, you would not get rid of your baby if they came out to that fact. Period.
Speaking as someone on the panel who has a child that was born 3 months early and has cerebral palsy and seizures, my child has those things.
Overall scenario,
and it wasn't my fault. So
none of us ever been through no situation.
No, my only point was, Slim, it was.
I just said I have a child that has disabilities.
Both of them were I'm not talking about the child. I'm talking about, now we're including that they're celebrities and they got access to capital. But we have people that don't have access to capital, right? And I'm saying though, for the pro-lifers, right? Those people are unfit to be parents. That's not their ministry.
I agree with you.
Hold on, guys.
It's not the child's fault, bro.
Heaven actually has the child with I don't want to say the same, but similar needs. Heaven, if going back to, we could dead this once and for all, but do you think that Christian should have had that baby? Or do you think that it's a tough road ahead? What do you think? Because, Ken brings up valid points and so does Slim.
If she had made the decision early on, I don't think she should have kept the child to spare the child. To spare the child early on. Now, because it might not be in some people's eyes, pro-life, yes, but whose life? The child's life, long life, their childhood, the trauma that they endure during childhood, those things are important to think about and consider when you're making those decisions, which is why men shouldn't make them, because they're men for a reason. We are, women for a reason, right? So that's why that should be between, us and the child's father. But when in situations like that, like I would not, my child was born 3 months early. She almost died 5 times and was in the NICU for 6 months. She was 2 pounds when she was born and has mild cerebral palsy and temporal lobe epilepsy, wears a brace, does physical therapy, has ADD, ADHD combined type, and autism. So it is a very difficult thing to do, especially on your own, but it's doable if you're not selfish, if you care for your child. And that's why that whole situation, that little clip just hit me kind of hard, because if that child does have disabilities, then all of these things that they're doing in and around this child are that much more painful for that child. Any louder noises, things like that, are overstimulating for the child. Like, there's a lot more to consider if the child does have disabilities. As a parent who deals with a child who has disabilities, having to deal with IEPs, I know, that's not something that a lot of people have to delve into, but the child's life is important and that needs to be considered. And which is, again, why men, that's why men are men and women are women, because
Doc, is there anything that you want to add to the conversation, because you haven't had a chance to go yet?
I'm just curious because I'm listening to both sides and I can hear both points, but I think it's hard for me to completely agree with Slim's point, because he's also part of the party who doesn't believe in the government giving handouts. So if you're saying that these people are people of status who have money, but what about the mama who's smoking dope and don't got money, smoking crack and having these babies, the everyday people? We saying we don't want to give these people government support, and we're also going to make them have children if they get pregnant, which they are doing. So, I mean, it's a catch-22. It's always going to be two sides to it. I don't know which side I'm on, but I just think that's a hard argument to have, that you don't want to support them, but you want to make them have kids.
And remember, she was 8 months pregnant. She was 8 months pregnant, so she influenced her child to this. This wasn't a healthy mother that something just happened and your child was born with special needs. She spearheaded her child having special needs.
Listen, yo, where the fuck did common sense go? There's ways to protect yourself from having kids. Ain't nobody making nobody have no goddamn kids.
But what we saying is these not the responsible people. These people are drugs,
bro,
rehab. These aren't responsible people. You're talking about responsible people.
I got a son with autism. At the end of the day, I did not know he was gonna have autism. The chick I was dealing with, she had a little drinking problem. I had my thoughts involved with it. It is what it is. Because my child came out that way, I don't feel no different about him. I still love him. I never wanted to get rid of him. He didn't make my life harder. I was a truck driver. It is what it is. I love my son to this day. I don't know what he could turn out to be. All I know is you're depriving things that we don't even have. We can't tell the future, bro. So we sit there and we analyze things based on our thoughts because what we feel a person might do or what they do in their lives. If they have a child, it is what it is. There's ways to protect yourself from having children. We all know this. Can we start there before we start blaming motherfuckers on what we don't support and shit like that? We can start right there. Protection. There's ways to elude it.
So I get that, but we can tell some part of the future. There's going to be people who have kids that have special needs, and some of them are going to be at fault for the activities that they do. Are you going to support these people getting government assistance?
Bro, listen.
That's a yes or no.
It's not a yes or no, because what he's trying to do is put me in the corner.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying these people are going to need help.
Common sense scenario. If you can get your ass up and go get your bread, if you decide to go out there and have sexual intercourse with a female or vice versa, and you decide to have a child, you should be able to take care of your goddamn responsibilities. There's no reason for you to be thinking about it. We have a kid, we should get the government to take care of your shit.
This can't be logical, Slim, because what you're saying is in a perfect world. And what I'm telling you is what happens in the real world. And what you're saying is to be logical would be to be cognizant of this happens every day.
Doc, you got kids, right?
But it happens every day. We're not talking about me. What about the crackheads? You know any crackheads with kids? I know plenty of crackheads with kids.
I don't hang around.
Oh my God, Slim, you from New York? You know 10,000 crackheads with kids.
My kids away from the crackheads too.
There's a crackhead with kids walking down every street in New York. It ain't no lie. I go to New York.
Slim, you capping. Yeah, come on, bro. You grew up in New York, bro. You 50. You grew up in the crack era, bro.
I ain't been back to New York in 20
I walk out the door and breathe on a crackhead.
I ain't been back to 20 years.
Okay.
I don't need to go back.
All right, we're not gonna find ground on this. We're gonna move on. We're gonna see why. We're gonna see what the future holds for some of these kids. Julio Folio, convicted killer, is a woman, and she's 21, 22 years old. I'm gonna let Ken give backstory on this, and then we'll start getting into her case.
Man, they part of the Jacksonville drill scene. Julio Folio, him and Ace Youngin, it was going back and forth. They got they are the ones that be smoking on their dead ops, right? So they got it in. So Julio Folio got his foot shot off. This is some real nigga shit. But Julio Folio got his foot shot off, and by Ace the Youngin's crew, and I guess he got caught up, and they laid on him, and the girl was involved. The dude is in jail. And the girl, she got caught up in their stuff, and I think she got sentenced to some football numbers.
Yeah, big numbers. I'm going to play the clip that really delves a little bit more into it, and then we'll break it down. There's some clips to play to show everybody about what happened, but her case was big news last week. Let's watch.
We come on the air tonight. Within the last hour, a jury in Tampa found Alicia Andrews guilty of manslaughter in the deadly shooting of Jacksonville rapper Julio Folio. The jury reached the verdict after spending hours deliberating tonight. 10 Tampa Bay News reporter Chris Hurst is live at the Hillsborough County Courthouse tonight. And Chris, the jury handed down the lesser charge.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. Alicia Andrews had been charged with first-degree murder, but the jury had the option of convicting her of a lesser offense still related to the homicide of Julio Fulio. They did that, convicting her of manslaughter, finding her not guilty of conspiracy to kill Julio Fulio. The verdict was announced at about 10:30, so just about a half an hour ago. The jury deliberated for about 4 hours. The judge asked them around the 10 o'clock hour, do you want to stay and keep going, or maybe come back someday next week and continue deliberations? They all said they wanted to go back, get this figured out, get this finished, and we do have this verdict in the first of what will be many cases in the murder of Julio Fulio. It comes after Alicia Andrews testified this morning. There were closing arguments this afternoon. Now, during closing arguments, prosecutors told the jury Andrews helped plan the trip from Jacksonville to Tampa with her co-defendants, and she helped them stalk and hunt down Julio Fulio. They also pointed to her interview with police, saying she lied and covered for her boyfriend, one of the accused gunmen. The defense contended she had no idea about the plan, and Andrews testified she was, and still is, scared of her boyfriend and the ongoing gang war at the root of the murder. In the end, the jury made its decision.
We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter, a lesser included offense.
Now, the judge has sent a date for sentencing for December 8th. As we've said before, Andrews is just one of...
So she hasn't been sentenced yet, one of 5 co-conspirators for this. Doc, was justice served, or do you think that this was unfair?
Oh, nah, hell nah, justice wasn't served. She won. I think a max sentence is 25 years for her for manslaughter in Florida. I think a max sentence is 25 years versus first degree. It said that she rented the Airbnb that they stayed at. They got videos of them bringing in suitcases full of guns, all automatic weapons. She drove the spot car. She's in the car that drives past, spots him. Apparently, I mean, I know how it goes. She spotted him. She called him. Hey, he in the passenger seat. All them boys come up. They hitting at the car. They kill him. I mean, she involved. She went with commit murder. What she thought they was doing. She didn't think they was going to go do nothing else. I mean, she know what was going on, so she knew what the business was. But I mean, that's a win for her though. So like, you know, a max of 25 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think justice served if you Julio Fulio. I think she was gonna be found guilty of something, but I don't think his mama gonna be too happy with it.
Yeah, I know someone that knows his mom. We tried to get her to do an interview. Maybe she'll come and do it. She wanted. And I was like, no, we're not paying you, bro.
What would he was a shooter? So what would justice for his mom be? He was knocking shit off.
Well, I don't think people who subscribe to being in the streets and include themselves in that activity. I don't think you should go to jail if we get into it and I kill you. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the justice system. In the justice system, she conspired to kill this man. She guilty of first degree premeditated murder. And she went to the Airbnb. She sent in his location. They got her phone tracked at the hotel he's trying to book. Like they got her dead to rights. Like I think people just felt bad about convicting a woman who would, you know, and she was saying, you know, her boyfriend was physically abusive, and that's kind of how she was put in this position.
And I want to play that clip next and let the ladies get into this. The judge wouldn't allow the domestic violence charges to be considered. Let's hear what she says.
It's not coming in at all, not in opening statements, not in any question of a witness.
Like to get into it also in our opening statement. I don't know if we.
I know you would like to. I would like to be, you know, 20 pounds lighter. However, that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Here, the state is arguing that things that have actually happened to her and reasons as to why she may have been in the position that she was in are not relevant to her state of mind, but yet something that happened years prior, something that has nothing to do with her, is relevant. So, I mean, it seems unbalanced. If we're going to have a trial and there's going to be evidence put forth about all this other stuff, and Alicia Andrews can't talk about why it is that she was in a position, she was in a car with an individual, why she was giving up her phone, why she may have been outside of a club with an individual, why she didn't call the police and all these different things. If she can't talk about that, it just seems to me as to be unfair.
Well, and again, that's why I asked you about The only way this comes in is if she testifies. Now, if she decides to testify, then we will have another discussion about this. And by then, I will have heard all of the state's evidence, and then I'll be able to, again, consider whether or not any of this testimony would now be relevant, okay?
Mia, do you think that that the judge should allow the testimony of the domestic violence? Do you think she was coerced? What's your thoughts?
When they say domestic violence, was he charged with it, or is it just she said that he was abusive?
She said that he was abusive, and her best friend testified, which I have a clip of.
Right. So for me, that's hearsay. That's speculation. If there's no actual criminal charges, like, I think the judge made the correct call, because right now we have a woman that could be facing, murder one, which is death row. And she's going to say and do whatever she can. To be honest, she is very guilty. I definitely think she won in this end. She was clearly a conspirator. She clearly was part of the planning. She was very integral. I think people need to understand women are just as nasty as men, and women commit just as nasty of crimes as men. We don't have to be coerced. Women are very quick to blame men and cry foul and say domestic violence and yada, 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 da, 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 blah, 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 because everybody naturally wants to view women as the weaker. But you'd be surprised, a lot of women, and probably her as well, will be the ones to mastermind a lot of these plans. More often than you think.
And
women will
her boyfriend, who was charged with this one, he also, the same rifle he used for this one, they say that rifle was used in another homicide, and he got charged for that one as well.
I'm gonna play the clip of her best friend, and then I'm gonna let Heaven go, because Heaven, I know you got some another life to you, and get your thoughts on it.
Describe the nature of your relationship.
She's one of my bestest friends. Yes.
Did Alicia Andrews ever mention to you that Isaiah Chance was in a gang?
She mentioned that there were rumors that he was in a gang.
And when did she mention that? When was that conversation? Was that before June of 2024?
It was before June of 2024, but I can't give you a specific date.
Did you previously say that you thought it was in January or February of 2024?
Yes, I did. I was throwing out dates.
And she specifically told you that she was aware that he was in a gang. Is that correct?
She was aware that he was tied in or affiliated within a gang, yes.
Do you remember what gang that was?
I believe it's NHG.
Okay. And is that a gang in Jacksonville, Florida?
Yes, it is.
And you yourself, living in Jacksonville, Florida, you are aware with a rapper by the name of Julio, Charles Jones, the victim in this case. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And that is a name that you have been familiar with for a very long time. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Approximately how many years have you known or heard of Julio, Charles Jones?
Since like 2016, so I would say going on a decade.
Okay. The defendant, Ms. Andrews, is saying or texting you in a message, but if you think about it, everybody dissing everybody, what does PPL mean?
That's abbreviation for people.
And then it says from out east?
That's a hood in Jacksonville.
Okay. And is that, when you say out east, a hood in Jacksonville, is that an area associated with ATK and 1200?
More so 1200.
And it says out east, they side, so, and then OFC, do you know what that means?
Of course.
They gone say some, but it don't even be, what is this?
She's referring to La Papa, he's a rapper.
Okay, and do you know what gang La Papa is involved in?
He's from 1200.
And then it says, like that, F.R. Fulio. Is that a reference to Julio, the victim in this case?
That would be correct.
It says, be the one talking shit, then all the little, and then I'm not going to say it, N-I-G-G-A-S come, and the other extra ass people. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then can you read what your response is to that?
Everybody be dissing. That's how SB when them and choose to live like that. So that's what come with that lifestyle. It's sad, but it ain't gonna stop. Like famous people do it too. Look at Dirk. He always talking about Tuka. like it's always gonna be like that.
Okay, Heaven, what's your thoughts? Do you think she was coerced, or do you think she's the mastermind?
These abuse allegations came out after he was already.
I'll let the
And there's
fellas
no
know
like
more on it.
There's never ever been so. Correct. I've lived many lives, Nora. Neighbors tend to call the cops when things get out of hand in domestic situations. And if it was to the point where she had to contribute to him being unalive.
No, this is not her
sure.
boyfriend. The guy that she killed, her boyfriend wanted killed.
Oh.
Julio
Then yeah,
Julio's
she
not her
absolutely
boyfriend.
was the mastermind.
She set him up.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
Then that side of the life.
But
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
alleging that the gang.
Sorry, I've had
boyfriend.
many lives. So yes, absolutely.
She's
then.
alleging
On that side, yes.
that
absolutely.
the gang member boyfriend coerced her to do it. That's what she's alleging.
Oh no, she wasn't coerced. No. She's doing
that.
She's doing
right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And not
but what
him
did
out.
she benefit from
Because
him?
she cannot sit there and say it's I was coerced. I don't know anything. I was coerced. I don't know. They made me just do this part. They just made me do this part. I don't know.
I'm going to be honest, full disclosure, I would absolutely sit in a jury of my peers and lie for my best friend. Hands down. I wouldn't even blink if she asked me. I'd be like, girl, I got you. I got you. Don't care. Hands down. Dude, that's my blood sister. I lie in a heartbeat. I straight up would.
Question.
Legitimately, without question. I am the friend that you would call at midnight when shit goes bump in the night. No questions asked. Send me the coordinates. I'm coming. So I am not surprised that her best friend stood on 10 toes on loyalty and was there in core for her girl. Because I would do the same thing for my girl, especially if it was between murder one and going on death row, or the lesser charge and being able to be out in 15 years with good behavior. I'd do it.
Question, Mia, who's your favorite character and Set It Off?
Oh, I don't know.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh shit.
Okay, so Queen Latifah, Ray Fox, Elise Neal. Is it Elise Neal? My favorite character was
Kimberly Elise. Kimberly Elise.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My
and
favorite
Jada.
Oh, Jada. No, Jada lived.
Oh, Mia, you never seen Set It Off?
I don't know. Let me Google it. I got my computer. Hold on.
Okay, Mia, you gotta watch
I know. I know what you're talking about, but
on the judge reading the text messages for a minute.
I thought it was gonna have a seizure.
Text messages was ridiculous.
I literally thought I was gonna have a seizure, but she was reading.
I had.
What does OFC mean? Of course.
Right?
No, I know
right,
the judge.
right,
Yeah. She's of course.
Oh well, the ones in the chat, they said you're getting a lesson. I'm like, what?
Who's getting a lesson? Is the judge getting a lesson?
Said white lady.
I only speak like this because I was in the military and got made fun of for my accent, and it was terrible. I had to brief people.
Oh, man. Okay.
They couldn't understand me being from Boston. Apparently, it was.
There's a video that was leaked. She was hanging out with him that night. I'm gonna play it.
I don't even drink. Hold on.
You're supposed to have a chaser.
Appreciate everybody popping out for my birthday. You know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday!
Everybody got their shot, put their shot in the air, man. Okay, David. Everybody take that shit on 3, man. 1, 2, 3. Got my brother with me. He done popped out for me for my birthday. He done time. It's lit. Oh, God, yeah.
Damn, this is so trippy.
We came deep and fuck for my birthday, man. Everybody coming like a stare. No cap, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We deep as hell. We deep as hell. 20 deep. Lit everywhere we go.
So Slim, after seeing this clip, do you view the people you rode with differently? Like, man, is somebody setting me up? Because like she was there on the last night of his life at the Airbnb.
Well, she used to date Young and Ace's brother back in 2018.
Oh, okay.
And, she feels that, you know, allegedly Julio had him taken out when Young and Ace got hit up. That dude passed away. So the prosecution was actually able to connect those dots and kind of paint that picture to say that she always wanted this dude unalive because the guy's name was 23. And that's why it was important that she get him on the 23rd. That all of that coincide with all of that. I've been following this for a while. Again, he got killed right down the street from me. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well, this was helpful. See, now because I'm like, why would she want him unalive? Like now I'm like, all right, okay, fine. Justice was served. This is the video of them unaliving him.
Damn.
Somebody stabbed.
Did one person die in this?
Yes,
That's a
but
lot
wait.
of bullets.
Yeah, that
Only one person died?
That's exactly.
Yeah.
They only
It was like that.
Not a good angle. This is the better one, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I thought this was
that's
the
it
one I
right
had.
there.
My bad,
So
guys. I got
even though you're thinking like only one person died, Heaven, remember, like I told you, she rode past. The girl rode past and told them which car he was in and where he was sitting. So one of the dudes runs out in front of the car as it's leaving the parking lot, and he's shooting through the windshield. So they're only shooting at the passenger seat, but everybody else got shot.
Look, if you're
You
gonna
want me to play it again?
No, I'm just talking about like people, if you're gonna like take somebody's life, learn to aim, just practice aiming before you
Well,
do
these
it.
are
Because
professionals.
that's a whole lot of
These are
know.
professionals. That's why that's why so many
You're
gunshots.
wasting a lot of bullets. Like that's
Yeah.
too much evidence against yourself.
I got a better
Just
angle, guys.
Nah, there wasn't a lot of evidence. The dude who got the rifle, he got a shell catcher on it, so he really didn't leave no brands.
Smart man.
Most of them had shell catchers, except for the dude shooting the switch.
Yeah, they wanted him gone.
Look at these fools. I don't know.
I know
It's just such a waste of
make
life.
bullets
So,
ridiculously
and
expensive.
it's like another video, right, that they showed to the prosecution where you see her come through in the car, the spot where he's at. They come, he's like going into the lobby of the hotel. They come, the shooters come in another car. They drive around the back of the hotel. They all get out and they get intersecting fields of fire.
That video
and then they all shoot and kill him. So it's not like they shooting and missing. They're shooting and hit. They shot him. They shot everybody else in the car. It was a second car with them. They shot the people in that car.
I was gonna say, like that was a lot of rounds.
They shot like
that
5 or
was a
6
lot of
people,
rounds.
but they only killed him.
Oh, these niggas out there.
Is this the video?
Because some of that is return fire. So I know that some of it's they weren't shooting back at them.
Shooters.
Oh, I finally found the video, guys.
It was 3 shooters.
This is like really complicated to find. Because I think they want it hidden because it's so graphic. Because I'm like, I knew I saw it. Here it is. I think this is it. I hope. Is this what it, Doc?
This is it. This is it.
Okay.
See, he's in that black Charger that you see far to the left, right? He's going into the hotel. That those two cars under, they running around setting up on him now. So they running around the hotel setting up on him. She drives by in another car and tells them where she's at, and then she turns the car around and drives out of the parking lot. And this is where they run up on him and catch him.
And you're gonna see him trying to leave.
See, he's trying to leave, and they shooting in the front of the windshield of the car.
And they only gave her manslaughter?
Yeah, see how he's shooting right into the windshield? So they're only trying to kill him.
Oh, shoot. Oh my God.
She should get conspiracy to commit murder.
Right? You see that car that's leaving? You see that car that was
should I
leaving
play it
in the
again?
video? No, that
Yeah,
car
she
that was
was in the silver.
into
She
the
was in the
video,
silver joint.
she's in that car. They say they tracked her phone. She's in that car that was
Again?
riding out
In
of
the
the parking lot.
silver car.
That car that's leaving right there, that's her with the brake lights on. That's her leaving and telling them where he's at in the car. That was her driving away.
Well,
What a
stay off the
waste
street.
of life.
Right.
Dude, that's
stay
so
off the streets. Take all
what
that
a waste of life.
and turn it towards the government.
Or just go to the military. If you about all that action, just
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I am
they
under
they
40 years old. And I'm 100% disabled. Don't do that.
they already with the smoke already. They're not and they're not revolutionaries. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well.
Maybe we need better leaders in the streets to teach these young boys to be revolutionaries rather than gang members. Community leaders instead of gang members. How about that? Let's give these young boys, these young men, some real mentorship and put them in the right direction, and then we can have the world that we need to have and have our money and actually have America first.
Well, in fairness, though, in fairness, we seen politically that political figures like in Black Panther Party, Weather Underground, they got the same outcome as the gangbangers. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like when you're a revolutionary, you get a 401k and a retirement plan. Black Panthers did 70 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? So you get the same.
And he wasn't even a revolutionary. So
you get the same outcome as your gangbanging. The difference is the CIA and FBI do it to you. So you get the same outcome.
True.
Well, hey, Doc.
Damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. Same like when we vote. May the odds be ever in your favor.
Yeah. No, I deleted it. Never mind. But this is I'm not a lawyer, but she has 2 million subs. She's explaining the charges because someone had questions.
To say that we just got the verdict in Florida versus Alicia Andrews, and she was convicted of the lesser included charge of manslaughter for her case. So she was charged with first-degree murder, which required intent. The juries did not find her guilty of that. Another lesser included was second degree. The jurors did not find her guilty of that, but they did find her guilty of manslaughter, which can be done voluntarily or involuntarily, but that is what they determined that she was guilty of. They also found her not guilty of the second count, which was conspiracy to commit. So they said not guilty of that. So sentencing will be in December. This video is a little bit crazy. I'll see if I can add a clip. If not, maybe I'll post another one later. I am also working on recaps for the other days. I tried to post day 5. I don't know why I didn't post, but that is the results of this trial. There you go. What y'all think about it?
Well, guys, we could do our closing thoughts and say what we all think of it. This was a great show, guys. Thank you so much for coming and being here in the chat. We appreciate you. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. We're going to allow ladies to go first. Heaven, what's your closing thoughts?
Geez, drugs are bad, okay? And stay out of gangs and be a revolutionary, not a gang member. At least you'll go down in history books. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Have a great night. Thanks for hosting tonight, Nora. It was good to have you on the Man Cave.
Thank you. The woman cave. I'm Trump. I took over. But before I let Mia go, guys, if you're watching, please hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. All right, Mia.
Great episode for the first ever episode of the Woman Cave. Great episode. I learned a lot. I now know who Julio Fulio is, RIP. Did not know who he or any of those other co-conspirators were, so I guess now I've learned something new. And I also want to say congratulations to New York City. Let you guys eat that cake. Don't have any buyer's remorse on that. And I'm excited to see how it all plays out. We do need a relatively large city in the United States to test out this theory of socialism and communism. So I'm glad they have stepped up to be the guinea pigs. So we shall see. And I hope everybody has a good night.
Yes. All right, Doc, what's your closing thoughts?
For people who are upset, I think the people of New York spoke. They'd rather go with socialism or communism over two other guys who had no plan in place to do anything better for the people of New York. Everybody make sure you get out and vote. If you didn't like what happened, you'll have a chance to change it soon. So make sure you get out and vote. Tune into the new party. We'll be back tomorrow. Everybody have a good night.
Yes, come back tomorrow. Slim, what's your closing thoughts?
Oh man, great episode. Thank you, Nora, for hosting tonight. Awesome job as always. But yeah, man, I'm pro-life always, but I'm not totally against abortion. I'm just against full-term abortion. It's a big difference. So with that being said, man, we're gonna see y'all Monday, but new party on tomorrow night, I believe. Peace.
Yes. And Ken, what's your closing thoughts?
Slim is part of the problem because he wants Krishan Rock and Blueface to have more children. Mia, make sure you watch Set It Off, right? Make sure you check that out. And New York has spoken, man, and it's interesting to see. And we need some change. You know what I mean? America's moving forward, and try not to get left behind. Listen to the people, though. The people are speaking. You know what I mean? So Mamdani's election is the pendulum swinging the other way. It's the same as when Trump got elected. It's a shot at the establishment. So let's see what happens.
Exactly. Guys, thank you so much for allowing me to host. It was Women's Night. I'm just kidding. It's always the Man Cave Monday and Wednesday night. Shout out to Ken, 85, Doc, and Heaven, part of our Man Cave. And shout out to Mia. She's a part of the new party. Thank you guys so much to our awesome team. If you're not already following them, please go follow them. But guys, democracy spoke. I am not for communism. I don't really like socialism, but that's what the people in New York voted for. Okay. So we should be happy that we live in a free and fair society where we have free and fair elections. I know many people don't think we do, but this shows we did. We have a Republican government and a Republican president, yet Democrats still won. And I don't want to hear this cap about, oh, it was blue cities, blah, 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 blah. New Jersey and, Virginia in particular is purple. So guys, Republicans, wake up. Blue wave is coming if you don't change. People want Epstein files. People want their food stamps. People want the economy to be fixed. And I do think better times are coming. So I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, but I need the Republicans to stay focused on the people. And that's it. That's my closing thoughts. Guys, if you're watching, please come back tomorrow night. I don't know what my topic's going to be, but we will be back here at New Party at 8 p.m. And also, please, if you don't already have a membership, please subscribe. You have emojis and different things that you can get. And we'll be hosting a member-only stream coming soon. God bless, good night, and long live democracy.